what is going on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro G, back at it again for a brand new episode of our Pokemon Showdown series and a brand new series, sub-series of our Showdown series. Yeah, but I'll explain here in a minute. But if you guys are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new. Make sure you are leaving comments and subscribing. Make sure you hit your notifications too. That way you do never miss when I do post a video. Because I'm trying to hit 350 subscribers by the end of the year, so that'd be greatly appreciated if you guys would, you know, leave a like or subscribe or share this video with your friends who you think you might enjoy. You know, we make mediocre Pokemon content here on this channel. But, yeah, so like I said in yesterday's video, we are no longer doing the BDSP Showdown series. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy making that. I always did, and I still do. But the thing is that Doubles OU, which is where my heart lies, right? I don't want to have to redo all the teams that I had for singles. It's where my heart lies. It's dead, right? It's completely and utter dead. And trying to record a video for that, I spend 10 minutes at least waiting for one battle just for somebody to forfeit. Or end up just... It's insane, right? There's no way that I can continue making this series with having a video that should take me about 20-25 minutes to record, take me almost an hour to record, because we can't find battles. And then people on Showdown have their panties in a bunch, and as soon as anything goes the wrong way, they press that forfeit button. So I've had people who will forfeit before the battle even starts. However, recently I've decided that I've wanted to stretch out my, you know, competitive play, right? If you guys have been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know that I've only ever done doubles on this channel, right? I was a singles player when I started playing competitive, as I think most people are, right? I started really getting into competitive back in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That is where I started playing singles. I had my cousin, who you guys have probably seen on the channel. You know, we battled him. He helped out in the league, in the NPBA in the first season, Spec Ops. You know, that's my cousin, and he used to come over all the time when we were younger, and we'd used to, like, get all these competitive teams on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and then when we'd come over, we'd just battle each other for however long he came over and stayed. It was a lot of fun. I have a lot of very, very fond memories of doing that with him, and, so that is where my competitive love started. And he is actually the one that got me into doubles. You know, he told me, oh, doubles is more fun and everything like that, and I was like, nah, man, doubles are not as fun. Doubles are not as fun as singles. And then we started getting into doubles, and I realized doubles are more fun. There's a lot more, in my opinion, right? This is my opinion. There's a lot more strategy that goes into doubles than there ever is in singles, right? Because there's so many other cool things. There's so many other variables that you have to think of. Pokemon that can double hit both slots. Pokemon that, you know, what Pokemon's going to hit what slot. What Pokemon switch out. All that stuff, you know? There's a lot more, I don't want to say a lot more skill, but there's a lot more, it's a lot more strategy involved in doubles. And then I realized VGC was doubles, and I fell in love with VGC. Played VGC all the way up until Sword and Shield, up until the point where I actually moved over to Showdown so I can make competitive content for you guys on the channel. Fell in love with Showdown, and then, you know, stopped playing VGC, and I had not played VGC in a while. So, but actually, another one of the guys from the league, Connor Littlemore, who I don't think we are going to battle him. He's got the Sheffield Chuckles. I don't believe that we're going to battle him this season. Actually, we might battle him in semifinals. If he makes semifinals, we're not going to make it. Or we're not going to make playoffs because we're the top team in the league. So we have a bye straight to the semifinals. So, but if we do fight him in the semifinals, then cool. But he actually got me into another draft league, which I'm not going to be posting on the channel just because it is a singles national dex draft league, and I really, really like national dex. You know, it brings back, you know, Z moves and megas and stuff, and I love, love, love megas. So, you know, I was like, you know what? I really enjoy that, but I'm so rusty when it comes to singles that I don't want to post a draft league where I just lose every battle, right? Now, we have won one of the battles, but I've also lost the next two. So, I don't really want to be posting all that content. Plus, I don't really have the time to sit down and record all of that right now. So, I don't want to put all that more of that time into recording all that for you guys just to lose every battle. So, it is going to be what it is, but I am thinking that maybe next season of the MPBA will be Nat decks. You know, I wanted to expand my horizons when it came to competitive Pokemon. And you know what? Screw it. I want to get back into singles, right? I want to get back into singles. You know, I want to play some national decks, which there is no national decks OU or doubles, so we're going to get right back into singles, right? We can use basically any Pokemon we want. There's a ton of Pokemon that I wanted to use that I have not had the chance to use. A lot of Pokemon that I've wanted to use for a long time. So, yeah, we are actually bringing back this series. We're not bringing it back. We're starting a new series where we're actually going to be doing national decks teams, right? I'm going to have one national decks team for you guys that we're going to be using for the foreseeable future. And the other team we're going to debut is a Pokemon VGC 2022 team that we're going to be doing. Because, yes, I want to get back into VGC, right? It's been a long time since I got back into VGC, right? I hate Dynamax. I do not like it. I think it is the worst gimmick that they've done, you know. With Z moves, I like Z crystals. I loved Megas. You know, I thought there were a lot of other cooler, you know, gimmicks, but I do not like Dynamax. I never did. So, my God, will you stop blocking the screen? So, yeah, we're going to be debuting a VGC team as well, because I do want to get back into VGC so I can eventually, you know, go and actually go to some tournaments, because if you guys probably have no idea, because you probably haven't been watching the channel for that long, but I was supposed to go to a tournament back in 2020 that was actually canceled because of COVID, and it really, really sucks. So, I really want to get back into it so we can go, because I have not played VGC since the beginning of Sword and Shield before the introduction of any of the legendaries. So, and now there's so many restricted legendaries you can use. So we're going to be going over that team. It is not a unique team, because I do not feel confident enough in my VGC competitive play right now to be able to create a brand new team out of nowhere like this team and like 99% of the team that I create. But without further ado, guys, let's get right into the team builder for this national deck. Now, this is singles, right? So there are a lot of moves that, you know, are not as good on the Pokemon, like Fake Out, which is different on Lopunny, but Fake Out and all that kind of stuff. Fake Out and like Follow Me and all that stuff. A lot less you got to worry about, which is really nice. But honestly, there were a couple of Megas that I really wanted to get back into using, but Lopunny was one that I've wanted to use for a long time again. So you know what? The first competitive team I did has to have Mega Lopunny, right? Has to have Mega Lopunny, right? So obviously it's got the Lopunite, it's got the Scrappy. It is Scrappy lets us hit Ghost types too, which is really, really cool. It is a normal fighting type instead of just normal, which is really cool. So we got Close Combat, Fake Out, Quick Attack, and Play Rough. Now this thing obliterates with Fake Out and Quick Attack. It really, really does, but it is really nice because it's Stab to have Fake Out and then just being able to go for a Quick Attack as our Stab normal type move. And then Close Combat also for Stab, and Play Rough is also there because there are a lot of dragons running around. And as you guys can tell, we do not have an Ice type or a Fairy type. Well, technically we have an Ice type on this team, but yeah. So I was really, really excited about using Hops. I really love Mega Lopunny. I think it's probably my third favorite Mega after Absol and Beedrill, but my second favorite to use competitively after Beedrill. So, yeah, so we have, it is max attack, max speed, adamant nature, so we are blistering fast, outspeeding a ton of stuff in the metagame right now. So that's actually really, really nice to have this. So, yeah, we're remaining 4 in HP. So, I mean, I guess we could throw it in HP, and this thing actually could be bulkier than you think it would be. And it's Mega Form. I love Lopunny, I think it's really awesome, so, yeah. Next one up, guys, is the Dark Knight. Our shiny Greninja here with Life Orb Protein. So technically, this is a water, an ice, a dark, and a dark type all in one, right? Life Orb Protein, this is just really, really good. This is basically like dollar store Cinderace. Not dollar store Cinderace, but, you know, Cinderace is better than, I think, Protein Greninja. I think Libero Cinderace is better than Protein Greninja. However, Libero Cinderace is banned. So you cannot use that. So, yeah, and I wanted to do Mega Blaziken for our first team, but it is being suspected right now, so if it is banned, then I don't want to have to stop doing the team. So if it is not banned, you'll have one in the future. But yeah, so I think this is really, really cool. We got Life Orb Protein, right? We got Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and Taunt. Hydro Pump is there for Stab, Dark Pulse is there for Stab. Actually, this is all Stab, right? Ice Beam is there, nice. And then Taunt is there so we don't have to worry about like Trick Room teams or Dragon Dance Pokemon, stuff like that. You know, I really like Greninja, and to be honest with you guys, I never use Greninja competitively. Never have. So I really wanted to, but, you know, it's always been a Pokemon that I've never really gotten into using too much. I don't think I ever had a protein one. This was all before Showdown, so I don't think I ever really had a hidden ability Greninja because I never really wanted to use it. So, just never really got into using it, I guess. But now that we have Showdown, we can. I'm going to use it, right? We are a modest nature with max speed and max special attack with a remaining 4 in HP. This is actually relatively bulky of a mon too, but honestly, it's fast. It's just really, really nice. All around, it's just a really, really good Pokemon. This is actually one of the ones that I'm actually using in my draft right now, but you can't use Protein in that league, so it has to be Torrent, which is not as good, but honestly, this thing still really, really hits really hard. I've run, like, Sub-Zero Slammer on it a bunch too, so it is really, really cool. I really like Greninja, and I'm really excited to actually check it out. The next one is a Pokemon that I cannot believe is possible to use in non-Ubers, and that is Unbound Hoopa. So Doctor Strange, the Hoopa, guys, is coming out. I mean, we have to use this thing. Like, Doctor Strange, the Hoopa Unbound with leftovers, super bulky, with an absurdly high special attack. Throw a choice specs on this thing, guys. Oof! But I wanted this thing to be a little bit more versatile, right? So we got Psychic, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, and Dark Pulse. Psychic is really nice for stab. Dark Pulse is nice there for stab. Focus Blast is good too because we don't really have fighting types on this team besides Hops. So being able to, you know, catch something off guard, you know, that wants to, like if I hit something with a Psychic and then they're like, oh, I'm going to bring in a Dark type to be immune to it. I'm going to be like, nope, and Focus Blast it, you know? And then we got Energy Ball too to deal with ground types and water types, since honestly, we don't have anything for ground types on this team besides the Dark Knight, and we don't have anything for water types on this team except for Cocoa Puffs. So, yeah. And then Phoenix, as you guys can tell, I want to use Pokemon that I have not used on the channel. Obviously, it's kind of hard, but since really the only one on this team that we've used on this channel is Cocoa Puffs here. Technically, we use Landorus, but not that form. So, but we have Phoenix, the Talonflame with heavy-duty boots, Gale Wings, so we have higher priority for our flying type moves. I think it's higher priority, right? Yeah, it's flying type moves have their priority doubled, I think. Yeah, whatever. So I believe it's whatever it has to do with it. It's just really, really good, right? I love Talonflame. Obviously, it was nerfed, so once it's not at full HP, they're not. But Brave Bird, Flare Blitz is just really good. Defog is there to get rid of spikes, toxic spikes, stealth rocks, sticky webs, screens, stuff like that. And then Roost is obviously there to heal up. Now, I did have Grimmsnarl on this team for a while too, but I don't know. It was disappointing me, so I decided not to. And then we have King Quake. Guys, the Landorus Therian that we usually use choice specs, but we are using choice ban Intimidate, which means, guys, that we can use Earthquake. We're not playing in double, so I don't have to worry about it, guys. We could just straight up Earthquake things with no drawback whatsoever, which is so awesome. So we are running choice ban Earthquake, knockoff, Stone Edge, and U-Turn, right? U-Turn's good for momentum. Stone Edge is good there, so if they're like, oh, he's gonna go for a ground type move, be like, I got you, man, and hit the flying type coming out with Stone Edge. Knockoff also is just so good on this thing just to get rid of moves and stuff like that, and Earthquake obviously obliterates, right? And since we are choice banded, catch me off guard, dude. I dare you to catch me off guard with an already 427 attack boosted by the choice band. You ain't want nothing from this guy, dude. King Quake wants none of your crap. He's like, man, I'm gonna come up here, give you the old 1-2 EQ knockoff Stone Edge, you know, U-turn kind of strats. But we're running actually max attack, and instead of max speed, I am running max HP, right? To keep this thing around a little bit longer. Now, I think a lot of players who run this, or a lot of people who run this, do max HP, or max attack and max speed rather than HP. Sometimes even maybe a Jolly nature. But at the same time, I think Jolly is, I'm always get Jolly and Timid confused. Jolly, I'm pretty sure is the right one, right? Yes, Jolly is the right one. So I do think Jolly is ran a little bit sometimes on this thing, but you know what? I'm running an Adamant, I'm running more of a bulky one, and you can't tell me not to. You can't tell me not to, because you're not my mom. And this is just, I just think this thing is just going to obliterate. Like, it does obliterate. I've used this team, so. And the last one up, guys, is Cocoa Puffs. Hey, Cocoa Puffs are shiny. Tapu Koko. I think this Pokemon is just amazing to use competitive anyways. We were running a choice specs. I did run screens on this thing for a while with Light Clay, but honestly, I just kept coming in. There's so many people that have defog on their Pokemon, guys. It's insane. So, you know what? We're running choice specs, electrical surge, so we do have defog, volt switch, D-Gleam, and thunderbolt. Defog is there as a last resort if we do lose Talonflame. Volt switch is obviously there to come in, hit hard, and get out. D-Gleam helps, and then thunderbolt helps as well. Now, we are a modest nature, so we have max special attack and max speed. A 317 coming off with the choice specs, still over 400 attack. And then speed here at 359 is really good, but it's funny that this thing isn't as fast as the other two of our mounts. Alright, the dark, or actually 343, 359. Actually, it's just a little bit slower. The hops is just, no. 369, bro. Yeah. Actually, wow, they're all within 10 points of each other. That's kind of crazy. Actually, Greninja's like, what, 16 points? So, all within 20 points, but yeah, so we are, I mean, this thing hits really hard too, but honestly, the D-Gleam, if this thing just got Moonblast, man, if this thing just got Moonblast, it would be busted. It really would be, but honestly, that just helps with Dragon-type stuff like that. But that is the team, guys. A little bit of a recap. We have Hops, the Mega Lopunny, with Lopunite, Scrappy, Close Combat, Fake Out, Quick Attack, and Play Rough. We have the Dark Knight, the Greninja, the Life Orb, Protein, Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and top we have Doctor Strange, the Hoopa, with Leftovers, Magician, Psychic, Focus Plus, Energy Ball, and Dark Pulse. What does Magician do again? Okay, yeah, if it has no item, it steals the item, but, so kind of like Pickpocket, but it is Pickpocket, isn't it? Yeah. It's literally Pickpocket, but we have an item, so. We have Phoenix the Talonflame with Heavy Duty Boots, Gale Wings, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, Defog, and Roost. We have King Quake the Landorus, Therian with Choice Beam, Intimidate, Earthquake, Knockoff, Stone Edge, and U-Turn. And last but definitely not least, we have Cocoa Puffs. That's Reese's Puffs, not Cocoa Puffs, the choice specs, Tapu Koko with Electrical Surge, Defog, Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, and Thunderbolt. But that is the team, guys. But that is not the only team. We have another VGC team that I want to debut. It is a very popular team going around right now, so you guys have probably seen it if you play VGC. But you know what? Screw you guys. If you've seen it, you've seen it already. You don't have to watch this. But we're going to get right into that team. Alright, guys. This is the team that we're going to be using right now. Obviously, I think I might have changed a couple moves on it. I don't even know which ones they are, if I have. But, so obviously you guys have probably seen this team going around right now. It's won a lot of championships. I think there were two championships that were won using this team, or versions of this team, and it's very, very popular right now. And I really wanted to try it out, just so I could get the hand of VGC again, and then maybe possibly, you know, make another VGC team for myself that has other Pokemon that I like. But honestly, we're using the Rusted Sword, we're using Zacian, Charizard, Gastron, Groudon, Silver, and Grimmsnarl. Actually, I should probably name these guys, so I'm going to be right back. Alright, there we go. We gave them nicknames. Obviously, it can't be a Nitro General video without nicknaming the Pokemon. I mean, come on, guys. So we got King Arthur here, the shiny Zacian, which I did not realize you could actually have legitimately shiny right now. But I guess there must have been an event or something I missed. But, yeah, so we have Intrepid Sword, obviously raises your attack when you come out. We have Behemoth Blade, Play Rough, Sacred Sword, and Protect. Honestly, Behemoth Blade almost OHKOs opposing Zacian, so that's just, especially with the set that we are running. Also, I was really confused as to why these stats look so bad, but that's because they're, like, at level 50. Not at level 100 like the rest of the Pokemon are. But, so yeah, Intrepid Sword. Obviously, this thing hits, like, very, very hard. Now, I don't know the exact stats of the Pokemon on this team, so I just put whatever stats I want. So, yeah, I put my own spin on it. What of it, bro? But, as you guys can see, it's a little bit of a Sun team here. But we have max attack and max speed with an adamant nature. This thing is actually pretty fast. And it's not the bulk or the frailest either. It actually takes quite a bit of damage. Zacian is probably one of the best Pokemon in the metagame right now. What's funny enough, though, is that I have not had the chance to ever use a Zacian or a Zamazenta competitively. Never. Not once. It's my first time. Because I stopped playing before you could even use Zacian and Zamazenta in competitive, in, like, VGC, so. But, yeah, so, this thing is obviously, just hits really hard. So that's why it's on the team. Then we got Nova, our shiny Charizard shiny Charizard G-Max. We have with the Chardy battery. Alright, man, I need to go back to school because I cannot talk English. I cannot talk English, right? We have our Gigantamax Charizard with Chardy Berry, Solar Power, Blast Burn, Ancient Power, Hurricane, and Protect. Obviously, Blast Burn and Ancient Power, this whole Pokemon is about Gigantamaxing, right? So Blast Burn and Hurricane are there to get the most out of your Gigantamax Wildfire, right? The Wildfire, I think that's what it is, right? Wildfire. Does it tell you what it turns into? No. Okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, the Wildfire one. So that obviously the higher damage you get the move is, the higher damage you get the G-Max move will be. So we have Blast Burn, Ancient Power, Hurricane, and Protect. Ancient Power is there to take on other Charizards. Chardy Berry there is to help with Rock type moves, right? And opposing Charizards, if they do run Ancient Power or anything, if they want to run any Rock type move on Charizard, it is half damage because of the Chardy Berry. So that is really good. And then Hurricane and the Protect is there too. I'm not sure if they run Protect normally, but I think it's better to do it. I think I have Protect on a lot of these bonds. But we are running a bonus nature, so we have max speed and max special attack with a remaining 4 HP. Obviously, this thing isn't the bulkiest bond on the world, but it really doesn't need to be. So this thing is relatively fast, hits relatively hard, but it does set up the sun. No, well, Groudon sets up the sun. But yeah, and then we do have Slimy Slime here with Hydro Pump, Earth Power, Recover, and Protect. Now, I think this thing had Ice Beam on it rather than like Protect or something like that. But you know what? I was like, I'm running the same Gastrodon set I always do, no matter what, right? Like, I don't care what this team says. I want to have the same Gastrodon set as I always run, right? Which is Hydro Pump, Earth Power, Recover, and Protect. So leftover Storm Drain. So obviously this is really good too. So if they have an opposing water type Pokemon that wants to go to Charizard or Groudon or Sumo, we can counteract that with Gastrodon. Now, of course, you can only bring 4 Pokemon, so if they do have water types that I think they might bring, I'll bring Gastrodon in the bag. And then we do have Gastrodon's good for late game too, especially to clean up because it is max special attack, max HP with a modest nature, meaning 4 in speed. It really doesn't need it. But yeah, so that's Slimy Slime. Obviously, it's just fitting that this team has my favorite competitive Pokemon of all time on it. I did not put this thing on it, right? This team had it when I was looking at it, right? I got this team from Cybertron, who got it from whoever else he got it from, right? Cybertron VGC on YouTube, right? World champion Pokemon player. Amazing competitive Pokemon player. If you do want to get better at competitive Pokemon, highly suggest watching his content. And Wolfie VGC, who's also just really good in general. But yeah. Next one up on this list, guys, is we have Fissure the Groudon, which man, shiny Groudon is so cool to me because, like I said, I started off in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, right? I started off in those 3 games. I think Emerald was the one I started off in, and I have such fond memories of people I know having shiny Groudons and stuff. That was so cool to me. Definitely probably one of my favorite shiny legendaries, if not my favorite. Actually, the legendary bird, the Galarian legendary birds are my favorite. But Drow Assault Vest on this thing, so we take less from special attacks. I'm imagining this thing might have actually been a special defensive nature instead of max HP. But, you know, it is what it is. So I decided to go max HP. What are you gonna do? We have Precipitous Blades. We have Fire Punch, Stone Edge, and Heavy Slam. I cannot say Precipice Blades. Precipice Blades. Is that what it is? Precipice? I'm not gonna be able to say it by the next video, so you're ready to Pokemon Blade, because that's what I'm probably going to say. But Draw is there to set it up for Nova, because he is Solar Power, which is really nice. But we are Precipice Blades, Fire Punch, Stone Edge, and Heavy Slam. Obviously, the Blades move there is for stab. Fire Punch is obviously powered up by the Sun. Stone Edge is good, and the Heavy Slam is there for Fire-type Pokemon as well, so because it is a big heavy boy. Assault Vest obviously is there for a special defensive thing, or special. I mean, maybe we could just go like that, but I don't, and then do something like this, maybe. I don't know. feel like... Yeah, maybe we'll just do this then. Okay, we'll just leave it like this and then just see if that works. So we are a max attack and max special defensive nature with a remaining 4 in HP. So, and an adamant nature. So we can hit as hard as we can. Obviously, you don't see a lot of offensive Pokemon on this team. Next one up is we have Sugar Berry and Cineroar. So we don't have to worry about ground type moves, which is actually pretty good. With the Intimidate again, so to drop the attack stats of opposing Pokemon, obviously can come in on the Satiate, stuff like that. Flare Blitz, Darkest Lariat, Parting Shot, and Fake Out. Flare Blitz there for stab, Darkest Lariat there for stab. Parting Shot's also there to drop attack and stuff, and Fake Out obviously is just great overall. But we are running a Adamant Nature with max attack and max HP with a remaining 4 in speed. So honestly, this thing is bulky, hits pretty hard. I think it's really good in this metagame too. Especially because it does get Intimidate, one of the best competitive abilities in the game. But overall, I think this thing is only really going to come if I really need it. If I need it, but I think most of the time, I think Nova and Fissure are really, really good together. And then usually King Arthur and Troll are pretty good too. And then we do have Troll, the Shiny Grimmsnarl here, with Light Clay, Prankster, Reflect, Light Scream, Spirit Break, and Thunder Wave, right? I'm not running no attack on a Pokemon, right? I refuse to do that. Now, this team in the original was Spirit Break, so that did have it. Prankster, though, allows us to set up Reflect, Light Screen, and fire off Thunder Waves, too, with high priority because we do have Prankster, so that's really nice. And Spirit Break is there just to hit 4 damage, so we're not left with just Troll on the field, and that'd be able to do anything. But we are max HP and max attack. Speed really doesn't matter on this thing since it is Prankster. So either way, it's going to be going first. So we have HP and attack with an Adamant Nature. And yeah. But yeah, guys, that's the team. That's the team for VGC. We're going to go over the team a little bit quickly to the recap. We have King Arthur, our shiny Zacian Crown with Rusted Sword, Intrepid Sword. Behemoth Blade, Poliwrath, Sacred Sword, and Protect. We have Nova, the Charizard, Gigantamax Charizard with Charity, Berry, Solar Power, Blast Burn, Ninja Power, Hurricane, and Protect. We have Slimy Slime that Gastrodon with Leftover, Storm Drain, Hydro Pump, Earth Power, Recover, and Protect. We have Fissure, the Shiny Ground with Assault Vest, Drow, Move I Cannot Say, Fire Punch, Stone Edge, and Heavy Slam. We have Sumo, the Incineroar with Sugar Berry, Intimidate with Flare Blitz, Darkest Lariat, Parting Shot, and Fake Out. And last but least, we have Troll, the Grimmsnarl with Light Clay, Prankster, Reflect, Light Screen, Spirit Break, and Thunder Wave. But yeah, guys, I really hope you did enjoy these two teams. I'm really excited to get into some national decks and really get into some Pokemon Showdown. But other than that, guys, that is going to be it from me. So like I say at the end of every video, I'm the Nitro General. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. See you in the next one. Nitro General's out. Peace.